I think this is hilarious. Honestly, I kind of like just want to start laughing.
Yeah, I know you're talking. I'm like, this is so funny.
Okay, so are you getting this?
Welcome to our TP rain chat.
Yeah, so this is actually the first time we do an interview in the rain, so it's pretty special already.
Love it. Thunder. Oh, it's actually very fitting because my spirit name is Green Thunderbird, so it works perfectly. Amanda and I, run Thrive Tours, and we are here in Baawaating. It's Sault Ste. Marie. Other people will know it as Sault Ste. Marie. And we do outdoor education on the land and water, and we are an Indigenous owned and operated business, and we love it here. Indigenous, Oneida Nation of the Thames Donjaba, Mishiki Dodem. What I said is that my spirit name is Green Thunderbird, like I mentioned, and then my First Nations community is from Oneida Nation of the Thames, just outside of London, Ontario. And also I said, Anishinaabe Moin, or the Ojibwe language, is that my clan is of the Turtle Clan, Mishiki Dodem.
I'm Amanda Cora, and I'm partners with Brad, and we decided to start Thrive Tours in 2020, and just get people out on the land, but also share culture and traditions and get people connected again. So, connected with themselves, the earth, and also with original teachings of the area that we're in. Mm-hmm. So it's been really great.
The greatest thing about this area is we've always considered this, as Indigenous people, consider this the heart of Turtle Island. Turtle Island is North America, as you might know, but this is the heart of it. So between Lake Superior and Lake Huron, there's a tremendous amount of water that rushes through our area. But when you make your way up towards Superior, you have tremendous power, it's like having a small ocean within Canada, essentially, the freshwater ocean. We love being able to bring people both on the St. Mary's River, which is that river that's out here, but it's referred to as Baawaating, as the area is, and then also parts of Huron as well. So we can go anywhere because we're mobile. And this area in particular is part of the Robinson-Huron Treaty area of 1850. And then if you go up towards Superior, that's the Robinson-Superior Treaty, again, of 1850. And straddling, there's two communities. There's Bachewana First Nations, and there's also Garden River First Nations, or Kitigan-Zibi. And they're right next to each other, essentially. And so we're in the traditional territories of them. And also there are Anishinaabe territory nations, as well as there's a Cree, and then eventually the Métis.
And what would have the First Nations in the area, what would they have called Lake Superior?
Oh, they would have called it Gitchigami, or the large sea, essentially. The large body of water. I guess they consider it a sea, but because it has its own weather pattern. It's tremendous, which, you'll get different sort of rainfalls and snowfalls eventually that are just out of the blue, it seems.
So when Sault Ste. Marie asked us to come here, and we moved at the beginning of 2021, it was a lockdown. So essentially, we just took a leap of faith and just said,
as you do,
let's do this. And we're very, very glad we did, because it's absolutely amazing. I mean, you've been up the coast, Superior, how amazing it is to be.
What is there not to like?
Lake Superior is its own beauty.
It was sold by just the topography and the history of the area. There's a tremendous history that we'd love to be able to share with you, very shortly.
Yeah. When we get out on the water. So we're doing stuff like canoeing and kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding, which is how I found you online. And then also just everything that we're doing is like water and land based, but around the education of our message and building good allies, and creating ways for us to all traverse together in a respectful way. So in the winter, we're snowshoeing, we're learning how to do stuff like build a fire, and we have lots of other things that we do, like a lot of programming. So bringing youth out. We just had a youth camp actually at Pancake Bay Provincial Park, and it was great. We went out foraging with them. We got to do some art projects as well. So we have an Indigenous artist. Also, Brad's an artist as well. So a lot of the things that we're doing is like very interactive. So arts and music and culture. So it's like we put it all together into the things that we're doing.
Yeah.
And of course have fun.
Oh, we always have. That's always a part of the thing.
I love that.
So learn and fun. Yeah.
Are we doing okay in the rain still?
Oh yeah, no, we're good.
To you, honestly.
I'm fine.
If you're good, I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. We ourselves are majority water, obviously. So for us, really connecting with the water in different ways, whether it's out, and connecting with the water that comes from the sky or the water that is beneath us. I mean, we connect with all of that, and we really try to bridge those connections with a lot of our guests who are both domestic and international. So we have guests from all over the world come in and do our tours. And then we also do presentations and guest speaking and catering and all sorts of, which is like food sharing for us. But we do that pretty much all over
We like food.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. And we're going to be sharing a little bit with you as well.
Yeah, we're about to have some pizza, right?
That's right.
Pizza in the teepee. Who doesn't like that?
Yeah,
Woo!
pizza in the teepee.
Yeah.
So we're always kind of like doing things that are exciting and coming up with new ideas. We have tons of stuff on our website, but then also our social medias. I do post like events that we're doing. We bring all of the gear and people can show up and they can come and enjoy the water and just like bring their families, bring their friends, come alone. People are walking by, we're like, bring your dog. Like, come on, everyone's welcome. And we just want people to experience that. Like a lot of people have not seen, their hometown. I mean, they lived here their whole life and they've never seen it from the water perspective, and it's such a different perspective, and just getting more connected with this area that they live in and have, and enjoyed.
I love that.
Yeah.
For me, I keep saying this, the most wildlife I've ever seen is in between Hamilton and Burlington. Nice. Not in the parks, anywhere else. It's always your own backyard, right?
Yeah.
Go out,
Exactly.
Explore your own backyard, discover new things about your area.
Too, it brings that sense of belonging and respect and all those things that you're like, oh, actually I do care about this place. This is an important place and I do want to make a difference, and however that looks for everybody, it could be different, but it just kind of adds another element.
Yeah, that's so important to remember, that it doesn't have to be some grand adventure.
Exactly. Adventures are great, but you can also just go out for a half an hour, or an hour and bring, we just had a little 9-month-old baby the last week come out paddleboarding and kayaking with us.
Oh, it's adorable.
And it's just nice to see people wanting to introduce their children,
getting
out on the water or coming out, walking and hiking and, doing different things, having a fire, cooking. Anything can be made into like this really great experience, and seeing like the kids' face light up. We want to come back again. We want to do this again. I want to buy a kayak, and seeing how much it changes kids.
It does. Like even with some of our groups, we'll take out youth out there and we'll get them in the canoe for the first time. And some of them are Indigenous and have never been in a canoe before. And it really gives them the opportunity to sort of say that this is my heritage. I should embrace it. So empowering those youth, as well as bridging the gaps between those Indigenous youth and the non-Indigenous youth as well, to be able to have this shared experience together. I think that's really important for us, is to really build these bridges for folks to be able to flourish together and essentially thrive together. So that's kind of what we're doing here, is building better allies, and through this reconciliation work that we are doing, it really it drives home a message that I think is ubiquitous and is now top of mind as Canada starts, or the population starts to understand a little bit more about the residential school system and 60 Scoop and the day school and all those things that have been difficult for us to navigate in the past.
Do you want to talk about the teepee that's behind us?
Oh, yeah. So this is our backyard teepee. It's a nice sort of situation. We'll have, like, we had a kids camp just recently here in the summer, and we had all the kids come in and learn and do crafts and all that in the teepee, and it gives us an opportunity to have kind of a land-based program here in our yard, which is phenomenal. This is our first one, and it has a fire in it, so it's nice and warm, and it's nice and sheltered. So yeah, we love it.
So it's not traditional of this area, though.
No, and that's another thing.
That's another thing that's good
another
to note.
teaching point.
Yeah. So it was more of like a Plains
Cree a thing that would allow them to bring their housing situation and nomadically take it from territory to territory with the harvesting of those caribou and the buffalo and everything. So it was kind of like the first the first tent. Now you take a tent and you put it in your car and you go and put it up. This was the first tent, and it could be transported, and there could be like horseback camping or something. You know, that's kind of
So here, traditionally it would have been long houses.
Yeah. Wigwams, you know, those kind of things.
Made of birch? Or
Made of birch, yeah.
Okay.
Birch and usually maple boughs, or I mean, there's different types of saplings that you can make it the shell out of, and then you'd keep the shell there, and then you could, you know, take the coverings off for the winter and then put them on, or you can keep it throughout the year. It just gives you the opportunity to be able to have a mobile situation wherever you go.
We're thriving. We're thriving. We have to eat well.
Thriving at Go Path.
And this is pancakes. Oh my goodness. That's
Yeah.
kind of one of my specialties.
Yeah.
It's just like feeding people.
Yeah.
And are you doing traditional cuisine? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're doing a mix. So it's like a fusion sometimes.
Cool.
And so it's this kind of thing of like all the food, as long as you're sharing it with each other, that would be traditional.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
is sharing what I have is yours. And, you know, we want to help
Yep.
each other out. It's not just all belong to us.
Yeah.
And it was the, you know, of people not owning the land. It's an entity. It's a mother. It's there to provide for you, but it's like that reciprocation of respect, and so that's how it was always looked at, as this is a place to be respectful and honor and care for, and then in return you will be cared for as well. So it was, you know, there's a lot around that. So that's what we want to embody as well, and just being just sharing and caring and kind to people,
Yeah.
and just
so good,
see
yeah.
that go around.
Yeah, reciprocity is a big thing for us, to be able to give back and in different ways, volunteer, do whatever. Obviously, what we do here is helping in different ways. So to be able to do that, and then show our youth that this type of Indigenous tourism is possible, and to give them employment and to build capacity of the area. That's all of a part of our mission, is to really, you know, showcase our people in the best way possible.
I think this is hilarious. Honestly, I kind of like just want to start laughing.
Yeah, I know you're talking. I'm like, this is so funny.
Okay, so are you getting this? Is this like
Yeah, I
something
don't know
you
if the
can
audience
see?
can see.
Yeah, it's probably not.
You know,
It's pouring. It's pouring
it's
rain.
pretty wonderful.
Yeah.
And I really, actually, rain is one of my favorite weather things, because it's like, we go out and do stuff in the rain, and generally, you know, we're wearing the rain gear.
Yeah, we're
Today
not dressed for.
We're not really dressed for the weather. But if you do that, you can really enjoy yourself. Of course, being safe. You know, we don't always see maybe a lot of people out, and
Yeah.
sometimes we have tours and it's not maybe raining this hard. But, and we're like, do you want to reschedule? They're like, no, it's great.
Let's
and
do
then
this.
It's like, we're the only ones on the trail, or we're the only ones, and it's like, it's very memorable, because it wasn't the perfect sunny day, but because there's a little bit of X factors like the rain, even today, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we will never forget that interview we did in the rain at the TV with Marybeth.
We are bonded
Right?
from this interview
Yeah.
in the rain.
Yeah, and it's
the way it
not
goes.
even trauma bonded. It's like rain bonded.
Rain
so
bonded.
it's even better.
Yeah, it's the best version for sure.
I love what you are both doing. I love how the area, the culture, the people are all very accepting and excited. I'm sure you are so busy with so many awesome things. I'm so excited for just everything to see coming your way and experience more.
Yeah, we'd love to take you out and share food and do all the things. We just love the ability to share, and that's what we're going to do.
Thank you so much having myself and Tony behind the camera.
Thank you,
Chi-miigwech,
Tony.
Tony. Yes.
How do you say thank you?
I'd say miigwech.
Miigwech.
Yeah, I
Miigwech.
mean I don't say it, but I mean that's in Anishinaabe Moine is miigwech.
Miigwech.
And if you want to say a big miigwech, that's Chi-miigwech.
Chi-miigwech.
Bigger miigwech.
Well, Chi-miigwech
Now.
for this experience and bonding in the rain.
Yeah.
This is the best place.
I love it.
Let's
Yeah.
go eat.
So what we're doing here is we're offering tobacco. This is traditional tobacco. The way in which we harvest medicines in this territory and other territories throughout Turtle Island is that we offer sema whenever we're picking something, so that it's that reciprocity that we're doing to be able to honor that medicine and not just take it and not give anything back. The gift of sema is this is our first medicine. In the teachings in this territory is that the sema was the human medicine. So it was one that embodied us as humans, and it all the components within this tobacco and the tobacco leaf and all that makes up more or less the components of a human. So this is our first medicine, and we use it as that. we don't, and it also gives us an opportunity to teach about how to not abuse it. So to use it in a ceremonial purposes, or just like just in a good way. This sema here, or this tobacco, has not had anything added to it, so it is, you know, a dried piece of leaf essentially, and broken up into small pieces. So that's what we use to place down and to honor that tree who's given that cedar to us. When we place it down, we always put this into our left palm because it's our closest hand to our heart, which is kind of neat. As you see, I've got just a tiny pinch of that, but when I'm putting my intentions and I put the thoughts as to where this cedar tea will go, it's really important for me to through intention, good intention, place that down before I harvest that cedar. This is something that we have shared with people that have come from all over the world. And specifically when the first contact folks came over from the early days of that first contact, they were dying of scurvy, and there was some real problems because of that lack of nutrition and the lack of vitamins. So what we did was we noticed that they needed help, and so we offered them that cedar tea, and that gives a huge amount of vitamins and nutrients back to those people who would otherwise perish because of that lack of that across the ocean. So this is our first real reciprocal type thing, is to share with our guests. We usually do this where we're able to offer them that cedar tea, and then they can continue on their way in a good way. We don't over harvest, so if there's a tree that we know has just a few on it, we'll just take just a tiny bit from those trees. So we'll take some from the older and some from the younger, allowing the younger ones to flourish and the older ones to to give that medicine. So when we place it down, we put those good intentions, and I'll just take a second just to think about that. And then I just essentially drop it by the roots somewhere close to that area, and offer that, say, Chi-miigwech to the cedar for giving us this nutrition and a little bit of itself. And then what we'll do is we'll just take a little sprig of these here and there, saying miigwech. Again, this is the sustainability, is to take it from tiny little areas. So I think this should be good for the cedar tea that we need, just a tiny bit, but we'll boil this for about 10 minutes until it extracts all the nutrients.
What sort of nutrients would come from cedar?
So vitamin C, you have a lot of enzymes. There's the oils that are in that as well, which helps us. They say that expecting mothers shouldn't drink too much of it. You know, in moderation, pretty much anything that has a ton of vitamins to be able to to augment what you're eating, and it's really great, and it's great tasting drink as well. And you can make this pretty much anywhere you're at. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, cheers.
Not a little bit left. Just down.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
What a treat. Protected from the elements, we shared meaningful conversations and delicious pizza inside the teepee. The next day, Brad and Amanda from Thrive Tours guided Tony, our friend Christian, and me on a half-day kayaking adventure exploring the stunning shores of Lake Superior. We learned more about the area, its traditions and roots, while enjoying an unforgettable picnic filled with lots of laughter. It was a special day. Chi-miigwech, this was such a special, wonderful experience from my heart to yours. It'd be great to hear how we close it out for the day.
In Anishinaabe Moin, we don't say goodbye. It is not said goodbye because that's too final. What is said is Baawaating, which means until next time. So we'll say that together. Baawaating.
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 Baawaating.